So I refer to this, let's say, a spiritual war. We'll call it a spiritual war. Pretty much that's what it is. It's a spiritual war. And I tend to refer to this spiritual war as the God spell. I call it the God spell because I kind of got it from the Bible. It's kind of gospel. And after reading it and understanding it, I realized that this is a spell. And there's this movie called The Skeleton Key. The Skeleton Key hit home for me when I first saw it. It made me realize the system that took place to put these people under this spell, how it took place, time frame and all. And there's this thing about the Bible that I'll say people of color, because not just only Africans or whatever the case may be, say this, but black people, whatever you want to refer, um, people of color, because even these Indians, there was a documentary, and this Indian referred to what happened to the land. And he said that when the Europeans came to the land, they came with their Bibles. And, they came with their religion and their God and how you supposed to praise their God and understand their God and all this other stuff. But, but, um, while they were up looking up praising this God, they were raping the land and taking the land and the people. So you have to be in a certain state of mind to not see something that's happening to you. You have to be blind to it. Uh, kind of eyes wide shut, because your eyes are open, but you still can't see out of them. Instead, what you think is real is an illusion, and with this illusion, it feels very real. And it gives you a clear sense of this is reality. This is what's really happening. This is what's real. And it kind of ties everything together like a spider web. It's just like a big web. And it's such an elaborate system that many people, many of us, are under this spell, this God spell. And it's not just associated to the people who refer to the Bible, but it refers to anyone who is trapped in what they consider to be the matrix, what we call the matrix. And you're in the system, but you don't realize that you're in the system. And when you see things, and it's almost like I call the experience the Twilight Zone, because I really feel like it is so crazy, because every movie or show that they come out with, which I hardly watch TV anymore, but every show or movie that they come out with, it's like, this is scary because I see it. I see it. And, they come up with The Walking Dead. I literally feel as if what we live in is The Walking Dead, like the real life Walking Dead. And instead of it being dead people that came back to life, because to me, death implies, that's uh, death means to end, right? But this doesn't end. It just transforms. And instead of it, instead of the person dying, yeah, they die. The spiritual self, the real them, dies, and then another entity takes over. Another energy or spirit or whatever we want to refer it to. Another energy takes over, and that to me, it's pretty creepy. It's really it's really creepy because we don't understand energy, and because we don't speak about energy. And I think it's so crazy that they refer energy only to like electricity and stuff like that when you're in school, but they never refer energy as far as being a part of human energy, or they never go in depth about what energy really is. All they can explain is that energy cannot be created nor can it be destroyed. It just is. So, with that being said, can't say that God created this, because if that's what it is, then that's what God is. Um, to me, that's what is logical. But when you're under a spell and you're given something outside of yourself and are told that this is more real than what you are and what you know to be true, not believe, but know to be true, that's pretty scary. That someone can manipulate your mind, manipulate your thoughts, and influence you to go a certain kind of way, believe a certain kind of thing, even die behind that belief. That is pretty creepy and is self-destructive. That's a powerful tool that they have that they can put upon a person, and that person can self-destruct. Um, that indeed is a spell. So the movie The Skeleton Key expresses this. It starts off with this girl who is a caregiver, and she wasn't there for her father's transition, his death, and she went into an aid of helping others in old folks home or something like that. And when that her I guess her patient died and she was very close to it, she wanted to make amends, um, help in her own kind of way, heal in her own way. What she did not realize was what she was walking into was a world of illusion, magic. It's not magic, but it's belief. That's the magic. The magic is that you believe it. So the whole movie surrounds about uh, you not falling for the trap of this particular belief. So she goes to help this guy named Ben, and uh, Ben seems to be incapacitated. He seems to not be aware. Sometimes he is. He just wakes up out of this thing, and because he's usually drugged by his wife, which seemed to be supposedly his wife, but it really wasn't. And he's under this medicine that keeps him sedated, keeps him to where he can't think clearly, keeps him to where he's kind of in a sleep state. He's just not here. So as long as he's high, he's not here. He's delusional. He's, off in another world. He's not affected by what's happening to him or around him. So Caroline, that name, Caroline is this person to help him through whatever he's going through. Having problems with the wife, and the wife clearly knows what she's doing to the husband and what she plans on doing to this girl. And it's all in a game of cat and mouse, basically, you know. And she sets the scene and makes this like, I don't want you here, but I kind of do want you here. I need you, but I don't want you here. Ends up that Caroline falls for the illusion and actually starts believing in this thing she says she doesn't believe in. But it already messed with her head for the simple fact she's seen things that can't possibly be true because she sees it in Ben. And she tries to undo this not voodoo but hoodoo spell that's on her patient. And she goes to this hoodoo doctor, and which was disguised as a laundromat, but it really was a laundromat, but it was a hoodoo store in the back. She goes to this place and she says, you know, how do you know when someone has been, and the lady was like crossed, you know? And so she said, you know, somebody's been working roots or whatever on you, or some whatever, what kind of spell on you. And she said, say if this was all in his mind, is there a way that you can, you know, undo it? So the lady, who in fact is the hoodoo doctor, gives her this spell that breaks him out of this spell. What is strange about this is that the one who gave it to him, gave it to this girl, she is a hoodoo queen, but she believes in the power of this hoodoo religion or whatever it is. So that says to me this: you're saved if you want to be saved. You have the power over your mind to say, I accept this or I don't accept this. I believe or I don't believe. And it's better to know than to believe. So it's nothing wrong. And I think that's kind of what we deal with in life, is that it's especially for Africans, for African people, black people, whatever, especially for people who are of a natural essence, a great strong essence, an energy so powerful that it had to be dominated. It had to be dominated and still being dominated in every avenue. So it has to attack in every sector, because this knowledge that these people have transcends all of that. The memory is so long, and it's because they kept going through this over and over, reincarnating over and over, and realizing that, you know what, this feels so familiar. I'm tired of this. Like, or some kids come out like, I don't accept. I don't believe. Kids automatically like, no, I never, nah, I'm not going to subscribe. And then you have some kids that's like, fall right straight into it. To me, those are lessons that we didn't learn. I don't believe in the whole concept of what ancestor is, because I understand energy. Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. It just transforms into something else. And if that be the case, how can a spirit be created? It already is. All you can do is manipulate it in the way that you want it to go.